Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Bye here. It's storytelling time, okay? I will be telling you guys my 3 years journey from the beginning to the end, how long it takes me to achieve the championship title here for Osiris League, okay? So this could be probably gonna be a very long video, so get some popcorn, sit back, and I hope you enjoy it. And maybe like you go find out the reason why I don't like John Wick very much in this video. Okay. So let's go right into it here, right? So first thing first, right? Again, congratulations to 61HX, my own alliance, for winning Osiris League Season 5 here, right? 61HX is there with the other three. Okay, we got 61HX, 06HS, 60GT, and 1V. Right, we are here with the top dogs here. Anyway, guys, this video is to tell you guys my journey, right? My 3 years long journey of what did I do in the past 3 years for me to get to the point I am today, right? Winning the championship title. So first, let's go into the very beginning, the beginning of time. Okay, once upon a time, there was a free-to-play, you can say free-to-play slash low spenders player, right? I started the game at 1027. So 1027 is the kingdom that I started the game, right? So so when the game first came out, right? There was no KvK, there was no Osiris League season, right? So they added Ark of Osiris. I think after like 3 or 4 months of the game release, so they added Ark of Osiris, and then later on they introduced Osiris Leagues. Okay, so like initially when they first introduced the event, right? There was like a system mail saying that you have to be in an Imperium kingdom for you to be able to participate in the event, right? So like, when I read that email, when I read that mail from the game, I was like, okay, right? I want to be one of the first one to win Osiris League season, right? Even though at that time I was only around 35 million power, right? So I was in 1027, and then after receiving that system mail, I was like, okay, like for me to win, for me to be able to take a part in the Osiris League season, I had to find myself an Imperium kingdom, right? So, and there was not much time left, right? So I decided to migrate to an Imperium kingdom at that time, which is 1291, right? Because I thought that I need to be in Imperium kingdom to play OL. Okay, let's put it out there. So I migrate from 1027 to 1291. At the time I migrate to 1291, it only cost me 3 passport. Wait, 3 passport for a 35-ish million account. At the time I was like, okay, like it costs it very cheap. But if your ranking is like not in the top 300s or something, like the cost for migration was super cheap back then, right? So okay, if things doesn't work out, I can just migrate out, right? Because the passport is so cheap. So I migrated to 1291 with the cost of 3 passport only at 35 million power. And then shortly after I migrate to 1291, they changed the migration system, and now it's gonna cost me 20 passports if I want to migrate again. So Lilith screwed me over right there. So I migrate to 1291, right? I didn't do a lot of research back then, right? Because I was rushing. To do my migration because I want to play OL, right? Because I thought that you had to be in Imperium Kingdom to play Osiris League, okay? So I migrate to 1291, and like the kingdom didn't work out very well. The leadership was not good, so we keep losing our KvK, right? So that was one of the biggest issue, and then we keep losing a lot of player. And because I was free to play, okay, let's put it out there, I didn't have money to buy passport, okay? I was stuck in 1291 because I didn't want to buy passport to migrate out, right? So I decided to stay back in 1291 and start just like working on the arc team, right? So I think I took over. I think after we lost to KvK, I took over, right? I took over the leadership and then I start leading the kingdom. So I was in 1291, 35. So I was somewhere like 35 million, and then I power up to like somewhere around 45, 50, 55 million power to 60 million power. So I was in 1291 for a long time, where I'm building up the arc team. I can see right here, right? This is some of the match here. So I think at that time when I was in 1291, I decided to become a YouTuber, right? I think that is when we were doing pretty well in our arc team. As you can see right here, right? We was on a 14 winning streak, and I think the alliance power was a very small, right? I think we were around somewhere like, we were somewhere around like 1 billion, right? So like we was around like 1 billion power.
Kingdoms video.
So let me look at here. So this is when I started like my YouTube career here. Let's see how much power do we have back in the day here. So this one when I was at 57 million power here. You can see right here, right? This is when I start making a YouTube video. Power is 57 million power and kills 500 million kills. They didn't keep track of the kill points back then. Okay, let me go here. Okay, so we was at, holy cow, not even 1 billion. Like we were not even 1 billion power here, and I had the dream of like winning OL. Like our team was like mostly free to play team here, okay? And we was on like a lot of wins, right? But like we were facing against a lot like a weaker team, right? Not like OL focused team, right? So we were having easy time, right? But like I was building the team. I was building the team so that we can participate in Osiris League season, okay? So we got like a 14 win streak here somewhere. We got like 15 here, right? I think we lost. Oh, I think we got a 15 win streak against HORS, and then we lost the match after. I think the one we played against SOD1, that is when we ended our winning streak here. I think SOD1 was much bigger team. So like we were at like a 15 win streak on my arc team, and then we just faced like a much stronger team here. Let me go here. Let's see how much bigger on the team here. Go in here. Come on.
Who else offline? We have few people offline right now.
Battle in progress.
I hope they get on.
So at the time I was at 63 million power, okay? I was at 63 million power here.
Ken is on, good.
So let's go and see here.
57.
Okay, so
Destruction.
we were at 941 million, and then we were facing again like a 1.15, right? So like a 200 million power more than us. So we got our ass kicked here, and it kind of ended our winning streak here, right? We was on a 15 winning streak here. What was the score at the end here? Let me see. I think SOD1 was a much stronger team. They just kicked our ass. Was the score even close here? Let me see here. 36, man, they destroy us, right? We facing again a much stronger team. So it ended our winning streak there, right? But like I was running like a free to play, right? Free to play arc team, right? We got a lot of like weak player, right? Imagine nowadays when you see team at like 2.5, 2.6 billion at least for you to be competitive in OL, right? I was running a team that like below 1 billion, and I had a big dream. I had a big dream of winning OL. So we did pretty okay, I think. But like I think when we enter the second season, I think the second season for Osiris League, right? I think that is when my dream got crushed. Because when you enter Osiris League season, you got paired up with a lot of like much bigger team. And I think we lost again. I think we was around like 1.2 billion. And then we facing again like a 1.8, 1.9 billion team, and we just got destroyed. And that is when I like, okay, maybe like a free-to-play arc team is not gonna work. And I think that is when I decided to migrate out, okay? And I know, right? I think when I decide to migrate out, I start looking for a team that I think they have a very, very good chance of winning the next or South League season. And that is when I picked on 1636, right? A very, very strong Vietnamese kingdom. And right, I know V636 performed very, very well in season 2. And I know for the fact that because they migrate to a younger ramp, they have a very, very high chance of winning the next season championship title. So I messaged 1636, right? V636 leader. So I was like, okay, can I come to 1636 and can I join the ARC team? Because I know they gotta win. I know they have a good team. So I want to be part of their team. So initially they agree that I can join the team. So I think by the time I messaged Peter K, V636 leader, my power was around 17-ish million power. Okay. So I was around 70-ish million power. But then we were in KvK. And then some of the enemy, they pissed me off so much so that I dropped another 10 million power. So like by the time I get to 1636, my power was not high enough. And I didn't make the cut for the ARC team, right?
The live stream.
So you can see right here, right? By the time I get to 1636, my power was 63 million power. And it's just not... I mean, like, V636, they were building a team so that they can compete for that season, right? Like, as much as I say that power doesn't matter, but it does matter when it comes to a South League season. And right, my power was not high enough. So they say that, okay, maybe you can join a different team, right? So 1636 back then, they got a couple more teams. So I decided to join F636 and trying to build a team, right? So I joined F636 in hopes that, okay, I cannot be in the same team with all the big boys, right? 90 million power plus. So 63 million power players with a dream of like winning OL. So I'm like, okay, let's join F636 and let's rebuild a team here, right? So I think I joined their team and I start taking over. Let's see, I think this one is the first match here. F636 was at 1623A here. How did this match turn out? Did we win? Very, very close match here between us and 623A. I think this is the first time I take over F636 here. Did we manage to win or no? Yep, we got the first win here, right? So I took over F636 and I tried to like putting in a whole bunch of strategy, making sure people follow the plan and whatnot. But it does come with so like I was trying to make like F636 like people was not disciplined, right? So like I'm not even shit talking on people, right? I only gave people feedback at the end. And sometimes I'm just like go straight to the point, right? For me, I don't want to like beating around the bush, right? If someone not doing anything right, I'm just gonna be okay. This is something you didn't do right. You gotta do it better. You gotta make improvement by the next match. And some of the F636 players, they did not like the way I gave my feedback after the match. And I think I think by the time we decided to sign up for season 3 or South League season, like the response from F636 player was not fast enough, and I was pissed off. I was like, yo, like we are about to play our South League season 3, and these guys not even care, right? So it's very, very hard to build a team that we have people committed to like practice, committed to make this team stronger, right? Some people just like got emotional and all that shit, right? When we give them feedback, it's just like they just can't take it, right? I don't know. So I did write I wrote a mail in F636 telling them what I think, right? I say that like you guys gotta be like shaping up, gotta be like give a little bit more commitment to the team if you wanna get far in season 3. So like the mail I sent, I was very frustrated, so I might say things that like, okay, this is that, right? So I think it some people might take it the wrong way, right? I wasn't trying to say things so that people can start like being more committed to the team. But the F636 leadership team, they didn't like it very much, so they asked me to join a different alliance, and that is when I joined Hive alliance to play OL season 3, right? So I think as you can see right here, right, building the team for week 3, building for the team for week 2 here, right, F636. And then I think when we join OL, I think that is when I join Hive, right? So this one is I think I joined Hive and we get to like top 8, I think, right? We got top 8 or top 16. So I was in Hive. I was in Hive for season 3, and I got myself to top 16, right? Hive team was definitely more committed than F636 team, right? In terms of like practice, in terms of like people know what to do, people are willing to taking like feedback from the other player. But Hive was still like a third team, right? I think for season 3, right, 1636 have very two strong team, which is V636, which is the main team, and P636, which is the second team, right? Both are mostly Vietnamese player. So I joined Hive. Okay, I joined Hive as a third team. Because Hive was like, I think Hive have more like English speaker players, and I feel like I can fit in a lot better because I speak English mostly. So like I joined Hive. I don't remember if I recorded any video of me playing in Hive in OL. So that is when I joined Hive, and like my dream of winning season 3 OL ended there with Hive. We finished at top 16 or top 8, I can't remember. And I think in season 3, right, V636 and P636, they got their way all the way to the final, and they faced off each other in the final. So we got some more like Hive alliance here, Hive Osiris new matchmaking system here. So I was in Hive for some time, right? So I was in Hive for some time, and then the grand final. So for that season 3, we got 1636 winning in one of the round, and we got OV winning on the second round, on the first round. So we got the grand final. We got the grand final between V636 and OV. Okay, so this is where I have an issue with John Wick on the grand final match. So is it the one? Is this a video here? So this is the video where I have a heat-up discussion with John Wick, right? This is my first ever encounter with John Wick here. I can see right here, he comment here, and we have a little discussion about the strategy of the match, right? So in this matchup, I was being very critical with how both team got to how both team got to the middle very early. I think 7 minutes. They got to the middle at like 7 minutes for the arc to spawn here. So let's play this one a little bit here. Knife be fully being sky out fully. Hopefully it's going to 7 minutes. Yeah. 7 minutes before the arc spawning, guys. In this matchup, the two team, OV and 1636, they kind of like using a new strategy that they all decided to go to the middle at 7 minutes mark, which is I did not agree, and I was being very critical when I was streaming. So I was streaming this match, and I was very critical. I was saying, okay, why did these two teams do what they're doing, right? And some of the player from 1636 Hive Alliance in particular, they did not like what I was saying on the stream, right? I was just commenting on the strategy, right? Straight up just strategy from both teams. From like a commentator's perspective, I was giving my own personal opinion. And well, first thing is that some player from Hive Alliance, they did not like what I say. They didn't agree with what I say on the stream. Because I was like, okay, why is these two team do that, blah blah blah. And said, okay, you're not in the final, right? You don't know what the heck you're saying. I said, okay, fine, right? I'm just in the final. I say whatever I want. I'm just like a streamer. But some Hive player did, like some of the people in the leadership for Hive who playing for V636, they didn't like it very much, and they threatened to zero my city. Right? They say, oh, like some of the players, some of the R4, they want to zero your city for what you say on the stream. Yo, feel free to go back to this video, right, and see what I say, right? Some of the ARC player, right, some of the like veteran ARC player, go back to watch this match and see if I was being too critical. So this is where I have an issue with John Wick, right? So John Wick came in, first time ever, like, I didn't even know who this guy is. So he came in, we have a little discussion about strategy, right? So I was like, yo, why, what the heck was that going to the 7 minutes to the middle? Like, what strategy is that? Because like from the beginning of time for season 1, like a lot of teams, they go into the middle super early and they start losing the game because they got there too early, right? So I did not agree with the strategy of the two teams. And it is exactly where I have an issue with John Wick, okay? So for the people who've been asking why I have an issue with John Wick, right, you guys can go back to this video and see a little hit up discussion between me and him. And that is when I kind of like, man, I don't like this guy. This guy just talking shit, just keep like you know, like flashing hits. Oh, we are the champion, blah blah blah. Like, I was just like discussing about the strategy, and we didn't see eye to eye, right? So this is the video, kind of like this is the stream that caused me to have to migrate out of 1636 because someone from Hive Alliance saying that, oh, some player was saying they want to zero your city because I was commenting on the match. I mean, like, okay, if you guys want to zero my city, yo, I don't need to be in Zit Kingdom anymore. And I think one of the leader from Hive Alliance, which is Chrissy, like that little bitch, she keep kicking me out of Hive Alliance. And I think that is when I feel like I'm not welcome here anymore, just because I say something on the stream, on the strategy, and you guys hating on me. I mean, like, fine, like, I'm gonna go and look for a new kingdom. So that is when I decide to, okay, let's go and find a new kingdom here. And because I know, okay, like, if I want to perform well in Osiris Leagues, I'm gonna need to get my VIP level up higher. I'm gonna need to get my power up higher. So I need a kingdom that have a chance of winning OL, but at the same time can help me gaining power much faster, and can help me get my VIP level much faster. And that is when I decided to join 1860. Okay, so where is my journey at 1860 started? 1860. So this is the this is the 60 GT. This is when I lost to 60 GT. So probably before here. I don't remember videotaping any of the match for 1860. Maybe it's not meant to be. Anyway, so I decided to join 1860 because when I messaged Hassan from DN1, so I was like, okay, I want to join OL focus kingdom, right? A competitive team. And he was like, okay, yeah. He told me that, okay, we could definitely use some experienced player like myself. So we're like, okay, that's good, right? I think you guys have a player, right? You guys just need some player with experience to leading the team, to help the team out. So like, I joined 1860 and prepare for OL season 4, right? So like, but like when I joined DN1, right? I mean, like, I was not the one leading the team. There was someone else leading the team, and there was a lot of things that I did not like how the team was running, because we didn't do a lot of things that we need to do right away for us to be able to perform well in OL season 4, right? One major thing is that we didn't do provisioning, right? Every match I play, we have a less than 500 provision score, and I keep telling the arc leader, be like, yo, we gotta assign someone to do provisioning. 5-6 match, nothing changed. There is many other things, right? I try to say, okay, we need to do it, we need to do that, and the arc leader just keeps saying, oh no, we gotta take one step at a time, slowly. And we didn't go very far in that season. We lost to 60 GT, which was a champion in the preliminary round, right? We didn't even make it to top 32. So we lost to 60 GT in that season. So here, right? I think 60GT was the one. 60GT was the one who went all the way, right? And right, the moment I play against 60GT, I knew for the fact that they was gonna win the championship because they was just so well organized. They were just so good. They kicked our ass by I think 20,000 points, and they was like 1.5 billion power less than us or something like that. Like DN1 performance was not up to my standard. Okay, and it just takes them forever to make change. And so I stay back in DN1 to play like I think so. I went okay. Season 4 didn't work out. Maybe we can keep like improving the team and maybe preparing for the next season. So I stayed back in DN1 for I think 2 or 3 matches. Right. I think like one thing about DN1, they got so happy when they win a match. The thing is that the thing about DN1 team is that they always use 50% arm expansion, which is a requirement. What? 50% arm expansion every time and like 10% attack boost every time. And I know for some of the regular match, we are playing against teams that do not use 50% arm expansion. And we have some like one-sided win. And I feel like the team just got super happy. I'm like, yo, bro, we using 50% arm expansion when we are going against some teams that are not super committed to OL. Like those guys were using 25% arm expansion and we have easy win. And we've not been doing provisioning, the same issues that I've been having with the team. And I keep saying, yo, we need someone to do provisioning for heaven's sake. And I keep saying it over and over. They didn't listen to me. So I was okay. I think it's time for me to go out and make my own team, right? Because I just don't see DN1 getting very, very far in season 5, right? And that is when I start to go out and make DNL team, right? So I went out. It was a very, very difficult. It was very, very difficult to make a new team, right? Because in 1860, we have DNT, we have DN1, 2 main team already. And now I have to like trying to gathering a whole bunch of like random players, try to make a team, okay? It's not easy. Oh shoot, wrong one. So let's see how much power did I get here on the first time I'm trying with the team here. A new lineup with Archer. Where's the team at here? Where's the first match? Okay, let me go here. So at the time I was at 78 million power, right? Go here. Go back. Let's see what the power we were at here. For the one we at. Okay. So this one, oh, so 4.9. 4.9 is, I think that is when one of the other players joined the team. So we were at 4.9 billion power here. So we was pretty good. So this one was pretty good here, right? So like, so this one is when we were getting pretty good here, right? The team was pretty good. So this one was not the one when I first started the team in DNL. And I think we got a pretty good win here on this match, I think. What was the score? 14, pretty close here. Did we win this match or no? 23, 26. Oh, this one is the DN1 team. Oh, this one is the one I expected, DN1. What the hell? Where's the DNL team at? This one is one of the DN1 match. Where is my DNL match at? Is this one DNL? Oh, this one DNL, right? DNL 4.9 here. Did we get an easy win here or no? 30,000. Oh, this guy didn't show up. This one was a good. This one was like a one-sided match here because the other team didn't show up, so I left early, I think. Let me go back to when did I start DNL? 30 March speed bonus here. Grand final. I'm missing some of the team here. I'm missing some of the video here, I think. I'm missing some of the video here. So here we got some matches here, right? DNL 64-7U. So we were on a winning streak, okay? Right, we were on a winning streak in DNL. I think it's 6 or 7. We were on like a 7 winning streak when we enter season 5 OL. But in season 5, right, we meet one of the very, very strong team, which is ING, in the preliminary round, okay? So in this match, I think we lost, right? We had a very, very good start. We had a very, very good start in DNL, right? We facing again a much, much stronger team here. I can see right here. Right. So it was DNL, right? So okay, our powers was only 2.6. 2.7. 2.7 billion power here versus 3.5 billion power, right? So like by the time we get to season 5 OL in DNL, right, my team was mostly like considered a lot of free-to-play player. We didn't have a lot of VIP 18 player. And I think this one was the most important match against ING, right? If we lose this match, we cannot advance. So we started out this match very strong, right? But then we made a little bit of mistake with turning in the arc early, which ended our dream, I think, right? So this one right here, right? DNL here, right? DNL with the arc here, right? We was up, right? We was doing very, very well at the beginning here. We got the arc. We win the first arc here, right? And then things kind of like falling apart because someone decided to turn in the arc super early. Did not follow my instruction, even though for the past 2 or 3 match I keep saying do not turn the arc in early. So this is where we kind of like that is where we got eliminated here, right? So DNL here, we were up by 2,000 points here up to the second arc, but then we losing out, right? Because we don't have that many VIP 18 player, and there were just so many like low power player on the team, which kind of like I was pretty upset about these losses here, right? Because to be honest, I would be a lot more happier if I can build my own team up and I can get my team very, very far, maybe to top 16. Right? I would be even more happier than joining a different team and winning OL. Right? So I was hoping to get my DNL team very, very far, but ING was a team that defeated us. I think we could have a chance to defeat them if everything went according to my plan. But thing didn't go very, very well according to my plan here. As you can see right here, we were up by 2,000 points here, but I think we start losing out. We start losing out as the match like keep going. We start losing out here. I think at this point it was even, and we lost the last arc. Right? We just couldn't beat them in terms of commanders, in terms of equipments. It was a close match, right? I'm not gonna lie, we had our chance of defeating them, and we threw it out the window with that arc turn in early for one of the player who keeps the arc. And it kind of like end my dream for DNL, right? I had high hope. I had high hope for DNL. I spent a lot of time. I put in a lot of time and effort into DNL team. To be honest, like putting in a lot of strategy helps the team play. Like one thing about DNL team is that we have a player coming from multiple different alliances. And it was very, very hard for me to get the team together to practice. The lack of commitment in DNL, right? We have I would say we have about like 60% of the team are very committed, and we have other 40% of the team who are not committed enough. And right, with our 30 players, it's very, very difficult to do a arc practice, right? I think that is one of the biggest issues that I have with DNL. We have some very, very good players there. I would say the communication in the DNL team was on point. Right? We communicate very well with each other, except for the guys that turned in the arc early. Right? I was very pissed. But hey, good thing is that because DNL lost to ING, that is when I decided, okay, like our dream end here for season 5. DNL dream end here, but it doesn't mean that my dream had to end. Because I can still try to look for a team that can win OL, right? So like, one thing you need to know is that, let's go back into the game here, okay? One thing you need to know is that it's very, very difficult to get yourself into some of the well-known team, okay? So if you go to Osiris League season here, right? If you want to get yourself a spot in 60 GT, or 1v, it is almost impossible, especially if you're like a free-to-play low spender player, right? because the player in this team, they've been there for a long time already, right? So maybe you can be a bench player if you like a special, if you like so special, they might give you a bench player spot. But like I don't want to be a bench player, right? I want to take part into the team to win the championship title. So like I want to be able to get into a team that I can play, right? So like getting myself into any of these, like I know for the fact that like 90% chance that 1v is gonna win, and 99% chance that 60GT is gonna win season 5, right? Like it's just how I feel, okay? And if you look at one of the video where I say which mark of champion you should be putting on, right? I say that 60GT is gonna win 100%, right? So I know for the fact that these teams gonna win. But like for realm of for the other realm of bastards and realm of Sobex, there are a lot of uncertainty, right? And so many teams they have a chance of winning. And that is when I like, okay, I want to play KvK Season 2 again, and I can also get a shot at winning Season 5 championship title. So I didn't message any team from Realm of Bastards because they are in Season 3 or Season 4, right? And I don't want to play Season 4. I wanna play Season 2. So I look at a whole bunch of team in Realm of Sobek, and to see, right, which team can offer me KvK Season 2 and at the same time a very very good chance of winning OL Season 5. And there were two teams that come to my attention, which is one team is BBC from 2375, and the second team is 61HX from 2361, right? 2375 was English speaking kingdom, right? Which is why I kind of prefer that kingdom more. Because I can communicate much better if I got myself into the team. So even though I still message both kingdom here, so I message 2375 and I message 2361. Actually, like the king of 2375, he actually messaged me first. He asked me to join, and then because like 2375 is like a English speaking international kingdom, and I feel like I need to let them know that there might be some future risk of me getting there. So I gave the king from 2275 a list of things that I'll be like, okay, here are some of the conditions. Here are some of the risks that it might happen if I join your kingdoms. And the king from 2375, he took that list of conditions back to the council. And the council from 2375, they're like, okay, no, we don't want buy here. I'm like, okay, fine. And the king from 2375, he recommended me to go to 2369. I was like, no, I'm not going to 2369. It is either 2375 or 2361, right? One of the two kingdoms. And 2361 took me in, right? I did give them a list of conditions as well. I said I want to be in the OL team. And they asked me for my commanders, my VIP level, my equipment, all that things. And I passed the requirement, right? So that, okay, you can play in the team. And I got 0, by the way, right? Before I migrate to 2361, I kind of like got myself 0, which is kind of like a mistake on me. I did want to drop a lot of power, right? So like 18, so the time I was asking this kingdom if I can migrate there, I was in 23. I was in 1860 for KvK, and I want to drop power, but the enemies didn't fight very hard, and it was very very difficult for me to drop power, and I also want to burn my resources as well, right? Because when you migrate out from a kingdom, you cannot take the resources with you, right? So I want to burn my resources as fast as I can. I want to drop some power so that I can migrate with a much cheaper cost. I don't need like 100 million power to play well. So I was trying to be very very aggressive, right? I also, so that is one of the reasons why I make that competition between me and some of the player in 1860 to go for that kill challenge so that I can burn my resources fast. Because I'm gonna go ham. I said I'm gonna go ham, right? So I want to go and kill a lot of troops from the enemy. I want to drop some power, but the enemy was dog shit. They didn't fight us very hard. So I have to play very aggressively, and I made a stupid mistake, right? I think on one of the weekend, we got an easy OL match in DNL, and I was bored, and I wanted to get some more kills, and I wanted to burn some more resources. So I was just running around killing some player, trying to swarm some city as well, and I got I got imprisoned. And you know the story, right? So I got dropped to like 69 million power. I wasn't completely zero, by the way, right? So I was still able to perform pretty well in OL. So I joined 61. So I think after that I joined 2361, right, for KvK Season 2 and to play or South League season, right? I made a couple videos telling you guys some of the reason why I migrate to 2361, right? And I think I left out the reason for OL, right? Because I didn't want to get too much attention to the OL team, right? But one of the main reason I migrate to 2361 was because I want to win or South League Season 5, right? I picked them because their team was strong enough. I believe that they're strong enough to win or South League season, right? Even though there was a lot of uncertainty because there are so much. I would say there was a lot of stronger team in ZRAM as well, right? We got I would say DR34 was the team that favored to win the whole thing, right? 4.8 billion, right? Very big team, right? We got some other big team as well. Right? 5060A was also very big. We got some other team, right? Like TO, the Legend Ronnie team was also here, right? Like I'm joining a much younger team, right? 2361 was probably one of the youngest team in the top 32, okay? But a good thing we make it through, right? We beat DR34, we beat NRGP, and we beat 5060A in the final, right? So so I joined 2361, right? And we did a lot of practice. We did a lot of practice here in 2361. And I would say, like one of the issues that I have in 61HX is just the language barrier, right? And a lot of time it's just very difficult for me to communicate. But we do have some English speaker here. We got a player in 2361 who can speak both English and Chinese. So he's been the one who kind of like giving out instructions in both like Chinese and English there for some of the Chinese player and some of the English speaker player. So here you can see like some of the match here that I recorded for 2361. I haven't published the matches yet. We got some of the match here. We got some practice here as well, right? We got some practice here, some practice match here. And I'm looking forward to release I'm looking forward to release those video in the future. But yeah, right? It's like a 3 years long. It's a 3-year long journey for me to get to where I am today. It took a lot of like commitment, took a lot of time. But even though I was not able to build a team up, right? I was not able to build a team up from the scratch to the championship title, right? I had to migrate out to join a winning team, right? Like the thing is that, but you know the thing is that it's very difficult. It's very difficult to build a team up, right? Unless you like I would say sometimes it's require you to be lucky, and sometimes it require you to know people who are willing to commit to building a team, right? 60GT, right? They got a whole bunch of players migrate to 1960 for the OL team, right? I think how they build it, it just require a lot of commitment. And for like a free-to-play player or a very low spender, it's just very difficult for you to be able to be like, okay, let's build a team up. Let's get a whole bunch of VIP 18 players into the team and let's win next season. It's not gonna happen, right? My dream was to build a low spender team and try to get very far in Osiris leagues, and that is when DNL came in, right? We got some player in DNL, but we didn't get very far, right? As much as I want DNL to go very far in season 5, it just didn't happen. Because right at the end of the day, strategy can get used so far. You still had to rely on the player commanders. You still had to rely on the player equipments and VIP level, right? Those things make a huge impact in Osiris League season. And it's just also very difficult to make a team in auto round, right? And I think that is the reason why we're seeing player we're seeing player who also want to win OL migrate to younger kingdom to win OL, because it's a lot easier for you to go to a kingdom that also have a whole bunch of players from different kingdom also want to migrate there to build an OL team, right? You've seen it done before, right? 1636, same thing, right? 1636 migrate from older RAM to a younger RAM, rebuild the kingdom, and also trying to win OL. They did it, right? 1636, 1994, right? Also doing the same thing, migrate to a younger kingdom, win OL, right? It's a lot easier, right? Same go for 1960 as well, right? 1960, they did not stay in the older RAM, right? It's hard for them to build a team. They all migrate to younger kingdom, right? Younger RAM, right? So like, don't tell me that, oh, you winning the younger RAM doesn't matter, okay? I mean, like, it's a lot, I would say it's a lot easier. It's definitely a lot easier to build a team in a younger RAM, because you can easily convince people to migrate to a younger kingdom, because they have a higher chance of winning, right? But like, for you into some of the older RAM right now, you'd be like, okay, let's all migrate to kingdom 1000 and let's build an arc team, and then we're gonna have to face again OV, 1v, right? Or like 60 GT here. I mean, like, the chance of winning against these two teams are very slim, right? So like, would you all migrate to an older kingdoms and have very small chance of winning against these team, or you migrate to a younger kingdom, right? It's the choice you have to make if you want the championship title, okay? I mean, like, it's like, it's very hard to win against this team in older RAM, because they've been together for a long time, right? They've been practicing together for a long time. They are very committed player, right? It's just very difficult to either get into any of the team, right? So like, let's say for RAM of like Sobek, for RAM not Sobek here. Can I view a different RAM here, right? Let's say a RAM of Forest, for example, right? The schedule, the playoff, right? For Rambo Forest, for example, right? There are so many strong teams, right? Like, for you to get a chance to win Rambo Forest, you probably want to get yourself a spot in either JST 1v or BG, right? Some of these strong teams here, right? And if you're not like VIP 18 or like have a very strong commanders, I mean, your chance of getting into the team are very slim, right? You can't even make to the bench player, right? So that is why you see people migrating to younger kingdom to build a brand new team, right? Because you have a higher chance, right? Now you're facing you're facing against another team that also new, right? You don't want like a new team going against a much older team, right? It's not gonna work, right? And we're going to have like a invitational, happening, right? And you'll see, right? You'll see the huge difference between the older RAM versus the younger RAM, right? The teamwork and everything is just on a different level, right? 1960 is a different story from last season, because they migrate a whole bunch of old players who've been playing together into 1960, and they won the championship, they won the invitational, right? Because they also have a whole bunch of like experienced players who've been playing together for a long time, right? And I think that what makes that team different, right? But for player like myself, right, it's like a long shot. It's like a long shot to migrate to a kingdom that you think you can win OL. I think it's like a dream for a lot of players, right? And I would say I'm lucky, right? I am lucky to be able to win the season 5, right? I think there was a lot of luck involving me winning the championship title, right? Skill is one thing, but like strategy is one thing. But at the end of the day, I would say luck play a major role here for me to win the season 5 OL. Anyway, guys, I just wanna give you guys a story of me trying to win OL from the beginning of time, right? I hope you guys enjoy the videos. It's a very long video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, guys, and a peace.